How much shock can you take? It will haunt you forever. From the depths of evil comes a diabolic killer of beautiful women. The vampire's coffin. See a vampire's body stolen from its tomb. A psycho killer removes the stake so the vampire can again prey on beautiful women. It's in the vampire's coffin. And to complete a double night of horror, a monster's nightmare of terror, turned loose in a fight to the death. The robot versus the Aztec mummy. They will bring you a night of terror. We dare you to see them, but don't come alone. The vampire's coffin. In an all-new double horrorama show with the robot versus the Aztec mummy. Presented in Hypnoscope.
Monster of the deep, with a blood-chilling pattern for murder. A flood of action, terror, and suspense that spell the Embalmer. She-Beast, deadlier than Dracula, wilder than the werewolf, more frightening than Frankenstein.
A young girl is murdered at a famous English boarding school near London. The newspapers call the mad killer the sinister monk.
Help! Help! The monk was here! I'm scared. I'm so scared. Help!
Who is he? Who is the sinister monk?
Help! What was that?
Whoever gets in the way of the sinister monk is a dead man. Scotland Yard uses every means at its disposal to capture the ruthless murderer. Who is his next victim? Don't miss the sinister monk.
The terror of the unknown reaches out from forgotten centuries, and a horror legend 2,000 years old comes alive as a hideous demon rises from the grave to bring a new high in horror to the motion picture screen. The Vampire and the Ballerina. No one is safe from this monster of the night, this creature from the crypt of the living dead, who stalks the countryside in search of victims for his insatiable bloodlust. The Vampire and the Ballerina. Into the evil domain of the Vampire King comes a company of beautiful dancers. And the most desirable of them all is the ballerina. Helpless in the grip of his satanic power that brings everlasting enslavement to her soul. The screen has never reached such heights of fright, such soul-shivering suspense, such heart-stopping horror. You will remember for always the startling, haunting motion picture, The Vampire and the Ballerina. Can a dream change a man's whole life? Linda Christian is almost too desirable to be real. And Robert Alda, too fascinated to resist her.
You really are a witch.
You must become one of us first.
Anything.
You must take the oath to Gamba.
O great Gamba, highest executioner, supreme devil, god of evil, make your decision.
Death is a plaything when you are caught in the devil's hand. And the devil's plaything is devastating.
You'll never escape me, darling.
Is he really her willing victim? Or a person possessed?
Spin the wheel. That knife is set to kill.
Statistics say that every year London has 40 nights of fog.
And who will they murder tonight, I wonder?
Every morning, the police discover a new victim.
Who's the dead man?
The crime wave continues, and Scotland Yard combs the harbor in search of the madman. Where is he? Who is he?
A gang calls itself that because they pull their crimes in the middle of the night.
Watch it, it's hot. Very hot.
Fear reigns. Danger lurks everywhere. And the police are powerless. Terror grips another victim. And another. And still another.
Within the violent waters that cover this earth comes a mighty motion picture destined to be remembered above all others. Starring John Carradine as the scientist who was deceived by his own fantastic experiments.
Craig, what happened?
I think something's buckling.
Hey! Hey! Can you hear me?
This story of a group of scientists who penetrate the depths of a mysterious ocean brings you underwater thrills and breathtaking excitement as they travel mile after eerie mile through the black waters to ultimately discover the incredible petrified world. See women struggle for survival as they become lost in a world of incredible danger. Caverns explode violently as underground volcanoes unleash their tremendous fury. Suspense, chills, terror, excitement beyond compare. Never, never has a motion picture captured the amazing story, the gigantic spectacle, the staggering force of the incredible petrified world.
Whitlock, born 1595, condemned 1630, and buried alive as a witch.
We found it pinned to a window curtain in Forrester's office.
It's a witch's charm. A devil doll.
Lon Chaney stars as Morgan Whitlock, inheritor of the secrets of the mystic cult.
Vanessa will be angry.
Vanessa?
Yes. She is coming to us. You will see her tonight yourself. At the Sabbath.
On the night of the witch's Sabbath, the Coven of 13 gathers for the Black Mass of Death.
Amy! Oh, no!
Wherever the unwary sleep, beware the terror of the witch's curse. Wherever the infirm struggle for life, beware the doom of the living dead.
See the creature that undrapes the passions of the living.
As science probes ceaselessly toward new frontiers, man's abilities approach the incredible. Today, human beings can be frozen alive. What unknown dangers await man as he probes for the truth of deep freezing? Will it mean suspended animation or death?
No. It's too much of a risk.
Too much of a risk? There is no risk. We've been saying there's no risk.
I know, but it's different when you're faced with it. I mean, we could be wrong. Will the human heart stand it? And what about brain damage from oxygen starvation?
-1 standard pressure.
-1 standard pressure.
Thermomodulator cut 50.
Thermomodulator cut 50.
Does he know? I'll answer that, Helen. At the moment, Dr. Overton is in the next room in a glass case surrounded by solidified gas at about -40 degrees centigrade. His life processes are suspended.
Alive?
Alive.
Contacts scorching. Contacts scorching.
Bourbon Street, a street like no other in the world. A street that lives in the light and in the shadows.
Anything can happen, and does, on Bourbon Street. Like strip time, sex crime, murder, even a Latin American revolution.
Yes, Senor Presidente, the Shadow.
Then you have come to help us.
You're in danger. You must leave here immediately.
Put down that horn and step back.
Evil abounds everywhere, with only the shadow to challenge the powers of darkness. Ghosts of the dead, ghosts of the living dead, walk these streets with silent tread.
Who's there? What do you want?
His life menaced. Their love jeopardized by terror. They know that a madman, anxious to kill, is loose. Not since the screen was cracked by the shock of high-tension psychological drama has such nerve-shattering entertainment been presented for the enjoyment of the terrified. The fiend who revels in fear has a man's lusts, a ghost's tantalizing mobility, and the devil's very own enjoyment in torture.
Don't let me drown! Let me out!
No.
Hands whose music thrilled the world. Are they now the hands that love to kill? Are they hands that control the man who owns them? Are they Orlak's hands? Or are they those of another human being grafted on? The hands of a killer?
Just look at these hands. They're not mine. They belong to someone else. They have their own thoughts, their own will. I can't control them.
Darling, I'm not frightened of him.
You may ask, is it possible for such things to happen? We can only answer, fact is stranger than fiction. Here is a motion picture filled with startling mystery. The story of a haunting question that drives a man to the brink of insanity. Starring Mel Ferrer as Orlak, victim of a terrible accident.
You think I killed that cat, don't you? Go on, say it!
Monsieur, please!
What are you afraid of? You think I'm going to kill you?
Co-starring Christopher Lee as Nero the Magician, who discovers the secrets of Orlak's hands and hounds him to the edge of madness.
Did you know that your charming little wife and her wise old guardian were planning to have you certified? They want to put you away.
Danny Carell as Lai Lang, who uses her charms to trap Orlak and her beauty to betray him.
Tell me something.
Yes.
What is it you're afraid of?
Lucio Saint-Simon as the wife of Orlak, who loves the man, but fears the hands that would embrace her.
Forgive me, Louise. You're not safe with me.
Uncle Francis, I've been trying to get you. Uncle Francis, he must be stopped. He's out of his mind.
This one has plenty of fight in him.
Never before has man been transformed into such hideous proportions. Never have teenage girls been subjected to the terrifying ordeal in the fantastic room of torture. Prisoners on this island of the mad must fight desperately to preserve a sane and conscious mind. This strange and powerful story has been acclaimed as the most terrifying of all time, as it bursts forth the unequaled horror of an island of monsters created by a human beast.
Imagine yourself as one of the crew of this faster-than-light spaceship of the future, sharing their curiosity to know the unknown, their tension, their readiness for inconceivable adventures.
Sir, we're being radar scanned. United Planets Cruiser C-57D, J.J. Adams commanding. Who are you?
Morbius of the Bellerophon.
Oh, Dr. Morbius, my orders are to survey the situation on Altair 4.
Commander, if you set down on this planet, I warn you that I cannot be answerable for the safety of your ship or your crew.
When you reach the Forbidden Planet, you will meet Dr. Morbius, played by Walter Pidgeon. The doctor is sole owner of this fabulous world. Anne Francis is his alluring daughter, Alta, who has never seen a young man till she meets Commander Adams, played by talented Leslie Nielsen.
Come on in.
Didn't bring my bathing suit.
What's a bathing suit?
Oh, murder.
You will meet a charming character in The Robot, able to produce, on order, 10 tons of lead or a slinky evening gown. Always at your service.
You must be the loveliest, softest thing you've ever made for me. And fit in all the right places, with lots and lots of star sapphires.
Star sapphires take a week to crystallize properly. Would diamond or emeralds do? You explore all the wonders of a vanished civilization. You travel deep down into the heart of the Forbidden Planet to discover the incredible marvels of this lost genius race. These magnificent scenes in striking Eastman color stagger the imagination.
20 miles. Look down, gentlemen. Are you afraid? 7,800 level.
Yet the wonders of the planet Altair 4 conceal a strange and evil force, unknown, irresistible.
Even at this very moment,
The entire world awaits the countdown that will send the first living person hurtling into the unexplored mysteries of the universe.
3, 2, 1, drop.
Y-13. Commence your turn immediately.
No, sir, I'm going straight up. First man into space.
Can science prepare him for what no man has ever experienced before? Will the hypnotic effects of weightlessness or dread anoxia lure him beyond all human control?
I wanted to be the first man into space.
Is this the end? Lifeless man and his machine orbiting the Earth forever? Or what if he is the first man to return from space? Every man who challenges the unknown risks far more than science knows or conjectures. What will unpredictable cosmic forces do to the human body? What thing of unknown terror may return to walk the Earth?
Such stories as H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds and Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea have challenged mankind. So today, man is successfully probing deep into the mysteries of the universe. Can he penetrate the greatest mystery of all, time itself? Creative magic of George Pal and the fabulous production know-how of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer to catapult you through time into a world that is yet to be.
Why is it that we usually ignore the fourth dimension? You see, we can move in the other three. As the doctor said, up, down, forwards, backwards, sideways. But when it comes to time, we are prisoners.
Inventor Rod Taylor's breakthrough into the realm of the fourth dimension is defied by his friend Alan Young.
If that machine can do what you say it can, destroy it, George, before it destroys you.
Every moment is a year, hurtling through the atomic wars of the future on an incredible excursion into the unknown. What are the people like? Ah, the shape of things to come. It's lovely Yvette Mimieux. And what happens when boy meets girl thousands of years hence?
How do they wear their hair?
Who?
The women of your time.
Up like that?
Show me.
Is this the human race of the future? Or is this the Morlocks, fiendish creatures who live in a weird underground world? And the Eloi, the tranquil sunshine people, who the Morlocks dominate and maintain like cattle, luring them below with the hypnotic wail of the sirens, to feed upon them in cannibalistic horror.
Into a world not yet known, in spaceships of the future, these men of courage and daring set out to conquer the universe beyond the known world, facing unbelievable dangers on every side.
We're being pulled into the sun.
Meeting new adventures in undreamed-of places.
Mars.
Lost and trapped in space, with no hope of return.
We've consumed too much of the fuel.
but they have not yet faced the ultimate horror the planet Astar has to offer.
Look there.
Flying saucers have invaded our planet. Washington, London, Paris, Moscow are key targets. The whole world is under attack. Can it survive?
Survivors of a disintegrated solar system. At this moment, the remainder of our fleet is circling your globe.
What do you want with me?
Arrange for your world leaders to confer with us in the city of Washington.
They set up an electronic screen. The artillery doesn't penetrate.
Never before has the screen reached such heights of excitement. Breathtaking spectacle. Hair-raising terror. See the saucermen's high-frequency disintegrators. See flying saucers travel thousands of miles in seconds. See great cities leveled by flying saucer monsters.
Russ, look.
The same kind of thing that's watched us since the beginning of the project.
People of Earth, attention. People of Earth, attention. This is a voice speaking to you from thousands of miles beyond your planet.
They're coming down to take over. They made that clear to us in the saucer.
To the best of our knowledge, my wife and I are the only ones left alive.
Let's prepare for a landing, Brad.
Okay.
In a 40G gravity atmosphere, a strange thing happens to man's body and mind. Barry Sullivan and Norma Bengell take you into the most fantastic science fiction adventure ever filmed.
Emergency! Emergency! Conditions desperate. Little chance of survival. Help us.
Mark, look!
What have you got?
The Galliot.
Bert, get me a fix on this right now. Wes, Brad, controls.
Planet of the vampires. Harboring a form of life worse than death. Planet of the bloodless. Creatures who take men's bodies, but attack like vampires.
I'll tell you this, if there are any intelligent creatures on this planet, they're our enemies.
In this outer space world, the living dead try to escape into life.
Salas? No, just his body. And I'm just one of many beings on this planet. And we're fighting to survive. It's imperative that our race continue to exist. We arranged for several of you to kill each other so that we could take over your bodies. You are our last chance.
No, never. We'll all of us give up our lives to save our own race.
I have orders from the minister himself that we must not fail in destroying this perpetually menacing eye in the sky.
But now that we have a satellite station in space, revolving around the Earth, a satellite view, I might add, directly to the heroic first orbital flight by Colonel Brighthouse.
Danger, adventure, and breathtaking thrills come rocketing to the screen as science smashes a new frontier in the world of tomorrow. See a man-carrying rocket travel 240,000 miles to land on a spaceship. See man explore the desolated areas of the moon. See for the first time thrilling pictures of the world of tomorrow.
The Joint Chiefs have conferred with the President and it's been decided to change your mission. You are now Moon Base #1. You will remain where you are and show the flag until such time as you can be relieved by a larger permanent force.
There it is. The red planet Mars. For over 2,000 years, the symbol for war.
Here is a new experience in excitement, a new sensation in suspense, as men open the door on the unknown powers of space to learn the incredible secrets of the red planet Mars. Secrets that might destroy us in one moment.
You'll be the next to advance science. And maybe us. Right into oblivion! Chris, look.
9, 2, 6. Linda, we've done it.
Dear Lord, don't make us sorry.
This business keeps up. You'll need the Army to help you. Quick, get going!
Atomic energy, the hydrogen bomb, flying saucers, and now, secrets beyond belief from the red planet Mars. Secrets that threaten the world with total destruction, as countless millions in every corner of the globe invoke the greatest power of all to save their lives.
You do think me a fool. Stay where you are.
Give me a light.
Don't! Don't!
Four, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is the most important countdown you have ever seen, and the most important space-age picture. The Day the Sky Exploded is the only motion picture that has ever dared to tell the incredible science fact story of what might happen when a spaceship roars out of control.
John, what's wrong? We can't hear you. John, hold it! Sir, I'm losing contact. John, listen to me. Cut the atomic reactor. Stevie's gone off screen.
In the day the sky exploded, no green monsters roamed the streets, but a devastating mass of meteors hurtles toward Earth at 1,000 miles a minute. In the day the sky exploded, there are no 50-foot spiders, but there are 1,000-foot tidal waves crushing cities. Men and women becoming beasts in their final hours on Earth.
You won't escape your doom. No one will.
See how the race for space might lead to the total annihilation of the human race. The Day the Sky Exploded, a motion picture today. Tomorrow it might be a headline in your newspaper.
A crack air
Air Force test pilot flies the world's newest experimental plane faster than sound. Faster than time itself, beyond the time barrier.
Hello, Allison. This is Martin. Do you read me, kid?
Come in, Sands Control. Position 18, speed 10,000 plus. Position 20, airspeed increasing. I think something's wrong.
64 years into the terrifying future. A beautiful, horrible cave world you've never dreamed of. A beautiful girl and love. Mankind was made sterile in a great cosmic plague. A new Adam and Eve are the only male and female left to repopulate the world.
I value my freedom more than this.
So you'll attempt this escape even though we'll try and stop you?
Yes.
The jealousy of a she-devil frees the bloodthirsty killer slaves.
Follow me, soldiers of revenge. I'll lead you to the captain, to food, to freedom.
The last survivors of the human race are doomed to murder in a killer orgy by vicious subhuman mutants. Will you die 64 years from today? We challenge you to see the most terrifying picture ever made. See the picture of your life or death.